Hello everyone, I am Anshika Yadav from Isabella Thoban College and my college roll number is 225048. I am in semester 2nd. Today I am going to present my maths major project on the topic direction ratios and direction cosines. So first I am going to explain what direction cosines of a line are. So here I have drawn AB is a straight line and we have drawn a line parallel to AB, that is the line L, and we can say that the angle which AB makes with the coordinate axis are the same as those made by the parallel straight line. यहाँ पे जो लाइन ए बी है, जो एंगल वो बना रही होगी एक्स वाई और जेड एक्सिस के अलोंग, वही ये लाइन जो एल हमने ली है पैरेलल लाइन वो भी बना रही होगी. तो अगर हम लोग ऐसा एज्यूम करते हैं और एंगल जो ये एल लाइन जेड एक्सिस के थ्रू बना रही है उसे हम लोगों ने गामा लेके रखा है. जो ये एल लाइन वाई एक्सिस के अलोंग बना रही है उसे हमने बीटा लेट किया है, और एक्स एक्सिस के अलोंग जो ये लाइन एल बना रही है उसे हमने अल्फा लेट करके रखा है. सॉरी, दिस इज द एंगल अल्फा. तो डिनोटिंग द एंगल along the xyz axis by alpha, beta and gamma respectively. Now we have cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, which are called the direction cosines of a line AB. So if we take the cos of alpha of this angle, that is alpha, and we take cos beta, cos gamma, we will get the direction cosines for the. We can represent these angles cos alpha as L, cos beta as M, and cos gamma as N. These are generally called the direction cosines of a line. As we have seen, the L, M, N, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma respectively, these are the direction cosines for the line AB. But what will happen if we considered this line as BA? In this, we have just changed the direction of the line. Firstly, we have taken the line AB, then the direction is along AB, from A to B. Now we are taking line BA. Now the direction of the line is changed from B to A. So, therefore, what will be the direction cosines of the line? We will just minus whatever the angle we are getting, alpha, beta and gamma, from the pi. So, cos pi minus alpha will give us minus cos alpha, and cos pi minus beta will give us minus cos beta. Cos pi minus gamma will give us minus cos gamma. So these are the direction cosines of the line BA. So if we just opposite the direction of the line, first the AB we have drawn, we have seen that in previous we have taken the direction from A to B, then the direction cosines are cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. But if we have just taken the opposite direction, that is from B to A, these are the negative signs will come. So the direction cosines will become minus cos alpha, minus cos beta and minus cos gamma. Since angle alpha, beta and gamma are generally not coplanar, their sum alpha plus beta plus gamma is not equal to 2 pi. अल्फा बीटा गामा जो तीनों एंगल्स हैं वो कोप्लेनर नहीं है, वो एक प्लेन में लाइन नहीं कर रहे, क्योंकि एक प्लेन अगर हम लोग देखें तो एक प्लेन हो गया वाई और जेड प्लेन, तो इसमें सिर्फ हमारा गामा और बीटा लाई कर रहा है, अल्फा नहीं लाई कर रहा है. तो दीज एंगल्स आर नॉट कोप्लेनर, तो इनका सम जो है अल्फा बीटा और गामा का वो 2 पाई के इक्वल नहीं होगा. So here I have written some corollary, that is some outcomes. So the x-axis make angle 0, pi by 2 and pi by 2 with x, y and z axis respectively. Therefore, the direction cosines of the x-axis are cos 0, cos pi by 2, cos pi by 2, that is 1 0, 0. Similarly, the direction cosines of y and z axis are 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1 respectively. These are some very important points. Now we will come up to the relation between the direction cosines. So previously we have just read about that L, M, N are the direction cosines of a line. Now we are going to learn about the relationship between them. So basically L square plus M square plus N square is equal to N. If we take the square of all the direction cosine and add up them, we will get 1. If alpha, beta and gamma are the angles which a line makes with the axis, then cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. If alpha, beta and gamma are generally the angles, we can draw this result from the above one to 1. Now the third one is sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to 2. If we put the value of cos square alpha in the terms of sin square alpha, we will get this result. So these are some relationship which can be asked in MCQs. Now we are going to learn about direction ratios of a line. We have learned that L, M, N are the direction cosines of a line. Then 3 numbers, let us A, B and C are direction ratios. If these number A, B, C are proportional to L, M, N, that is L upon A is equal to M upon B is equal to N upon C. Here L, M, N are direction cosines while A, B, C are direction ratios. Here is one point to remember, that direction cosines of a line are unique, but direction ratios are not unique. Direction cosines, that is LMN, the values are unique, but the direction ratios are not unique for a line. Now we are going to study about the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios of a line. We have seen it previously also, that if LMN are the direction cosines and ABC are direction ratios, then they are proportional to each other. L upon A is equal to M upon B is equal to N upon C. It can be also written as plus minus under root L square plus M square plus N square divided by A square plus B square plus C square. That is, we can say the square root of this term L square plus M square plus N square. This value will give us 1, as we have seen in the previous section, that in the relationship between the direction cosines, this the value of this term is 1. Therefore, it will give us plus minus 1 upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. So basically this whole term is under square root. Hence we can say that L, that is direction cosine, is equal to plus minus A, that is the direction ratio, divided by the sum of all direction ratios, square root of sum of all direction ratios. Similarly, we get the value for M and N. So in the previous section, we have studied about the direction cosines and direction ratios of a line. Now, in this section, we are going to study about the direction cosines of a line joining 2 points. So, for this, we have 2 points. Let us P and Q. The coordinates of P are x1, y1, z1, and for that of Q are x2, y2, and z2. So, these are the 2 points. And let this line PQ, here you can see in this diagram, this is the point P and this is point Q. Here are the coordinates of the point respectively, and the distance between P and Q is R. We have taken it as r. So basically this is our z-axis, this is y, and this is our x-axis, and we have given the names of these points as n, m, n. So for this we have supposed that L, M, N are the direction cosines of the line PQ. And now the points which we have let N and M, these are basically the perpendiculars drawn from the z-axis. This is the perpendicular PM, and the perpendicular QN is drawn from the z-axis to the point Q. So basically this distance MN is equal to the projection of PQ on z-axis. z-axis पर PQ की जो projection होगी वही हमारा ये जो distance है MN वो होगा. So basically this will be equal to the PQ cos gamma. But we have Mn, which will be if we taken this point as this center as 0, sorry, O, then the line Mn, the distance of the line Mn will be On minus Om. अगर हम लोग On से Om माइनस कर दे तो हमारा ये जो लाइन है NM ये आ जाएगी. तो z एक्सेस पे इसके जो कोऑर्डिनेट है वो Z1 और Z2 है. तो हम लोग कह सकते हैं अगर Z2 से Z1 को माइनस कर दे तो हमारा ये NM का डिस्टेंस आ जाएगा. और कॉस गामा जो है मतलब जो लाइन AB जो हमने स्टार्टिंग में रेड की थी उससे गामा एंगल बना रहा है जेड एक्सिस के अलोंग. तो कॉस गामा को यहाँ पे हमने n के इक्वल लेट करके रखा है. देन वी कैन से दैट Z2 माइनस Z1 इज इक्वल टू n r. और हमने प्रीवियस सेक्शन में देखा था कि r की वैल्यू कैसे निकालते हैं. बेसिक here you can see it. Basically r is equal to under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. So we got the result, that is the direction cosine L is equal to x2 minus x1 upon r, m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon r. So we have got the values of L, M, N, N respectively. So these are the direction cosines of a line AB with the 2 points P and Q given. So here is the remark of the above statement. The direction ratios of a line joining the points x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 are x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. So these are direction ratios, and above we have find that this whole value will give us L, this whole value will give us M, and this whole value give us N. And L, M, N are the direction cosines of a line. So here we can say x2 minus x1, this will be is equal to A, this y2 minus y1 will be is equal to B, and z2 minus z1 will be equal to C, where A, B, C are direction ratios. So direction ratios divided by the under root, we have taken the under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. Basically a square plus b square plus c square. In the under root we will get the value of L, that is direction cosines. So now we are going to see the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios of a line joining 2 points. So here L is equal to x2 minus x1 upon r, and we can say x2 minus x1 as A upon r, where A is the direction ratio and L here is the direction cosine, and the value of R, where R is equal to under root a square plus b square plus c square, where we can say A, B, C are the direction ratios along x, y and z axis respectively. So this is basically the relationship between direction cosines and direction ratios. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon r square. We can also written it as b upon r, and n is equal to z2 minus z1 upon r. It can be written as c upon r. Here above I have just say r square, but it is written over here it is only r. So sorry for my mistake. So here L, M, N are the direction cosines, where x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 are direction ratios. I have explained many times that these x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 are the direction ratios, but there are so much confusion regarding this, so please listen carefully. And I have also explained so many times that we can find the value of R by taking the under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 square. So this is all about my topic. Now let us see some problems related to the topic. So here the problem number 1 states that find the direction cosines of a straight line joining 2 points. These types of problems can be asked in MCQs also and in solving problem type questions also. So here are the 2 points. As I have explained in earlier section, that if 2 points P and Q, let this point be P, 2, 3, 4 coordinates are given. This is point Q, 4, 5, 6. So here x1 is 2, y1 is 3, z1 is 4, x2 is 4, y2 is 5, z2 is 6. Therefore, for the direction ratios, x2 minus x1 means 4 minus 2, we will get the 2, y2 minus y1, we will get 5 minus 3, 2, z2 minus z1, again 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. So basically we have find the direction ratios, but in the questions we have to find the direction cosines. So for this we have to find the value of r. We have find the value comes to be 2 under root 3. Therefore the direction cosines will be the direction ratios divided by r. So the direction ratio for x-axis is 2 divided by 2 root 3, comma for y-axis is 2 divided by 2 root 3, comma for z-axis it is 2 divided by 2 root 3. So by cancelling from 2 to 2 will be get cancel out. So we will get the final result as 1 upon under root 3, comma 1 upon under root 3, comma 1 upon under root 3. Now come on the problem number 2. Here the direction cosines of the line joining 2 points. Here also 2 points are given whose coordinates are given 0, 1, 0 and 2, 1, 1. Here x1 is 0, x2 is 2, y1 is 1 and y2 is 1, z1 is 0 and z2 is 1. So x2 minus x1 will give us 2, y2 minus y1 will be equal to 0, z2 minus z1 is equal to 1. Now we will find the value of r, that is under root of a square plus b square plus c square. This will be x2 minus x1 is equal, we can also say it is the value of a, b, c respectively. So this comes up to root 5. Hence the direction cosines are a divided by r, b divided by r, c divided by r for x, y and z axis respectively. So we will get the final result as 2 divided by root 5, 0, 1 divided by root 5. So these are the direction cosines for the line whose 2 points are given. Now we will come up on some MCQs type questions. So here is our question number 3. Direction cosines of x-axis are So for this, we have also previously discussed in the theory part also what are the direction cosines of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So here the option number B, that is 1, 0, 0 will be the right answer. Now just let us revise that portion also. So here it is. For the x-axis, the direction cosines are 1, 0, 0. For y-axis, it is 0, 1, 0, and for z-axis, it is 0, 0, 1. So basically, our option number B is correct for the problem 3. Now come up on the problem number 4. If L, N, N are the direction cosines of a straight line, then L square plus M square plus N square is option number 1 is 0, second option is 1, third option is 2, and option number 4 is infinite. So we have earlier studied in the theory section that L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. So the correct option is option number B, that is 1. The problem number 5 is the direction cosines of a equally inclined with coordinate axis R. तो अगर एक लाइन इक्वली इंक्लाइंड हो रही है कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस पे, मतलब वो इक्वल एंगल बना रही है एक्स एक्सिस पे भी, वाई पे भी और जेड एक्सिस पे भी, मतलब अल्फा इज इक्वल टू बीटा इज इक्वल टू गामा, तो उस केस में हमारे डायरेक्शन कोसाइंस हैं वो भी इक्वल होंगे, लेकिन क्या होंगे, तो आंसर है हमारा 1/√3, 1/√3, 1/√3. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you for watching.